What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dingoose, and today I have a special deck profile, Dramatic Hand Swipe. Lightsworn is my favorite deck of all time, and I think this is a very contender for this format. So let me tell you a bit about Lightsworn. This is a deck that likes to mill. That means you take the top card of your deck and put it in the grave. So let's say you mill three. You're putting the top three cards of your deck in the grave. You've seen this before. You've probably seen Tier Elements or heard about it. But this was the first. I'm pretty sure. Okay, it's gonna be very clear as to what direction this deck's going in. 60 cards, by the way. Look at this. They're double sleeved. Also, peep the sleeves. Those are pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, let's get right into it with no further delay. But first, I'm not doing that. That is a further delay. FYI, if you say without further ado or without further delay and then immediately go to an ad, that is a do. That is a do right there. Okay. Tangent over. Okay, so we're gonna go in it. Punishment Dragon, brick. You wanna search this. This basically resets the graveyard in your banishment, except for Lightsworn, so you get to keep them there. Well, it resets your banishment, but it keeps your Lightsworns. I think it keeps your Lightsworns banished. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. I should. I don't know. My own card does. Then you play 2 Dragonling. You can search this, which is fine because it requires a Lightsworn engraved to be used. So you don't want to open this if you don't have a guaranteed way to get a Lightsworn engraved. So you see it less, but you still need it. So that's why I play 2. Also, if it's sent to grave in any way, you can search Punishment Dragon or Judgment if you're playing that. I was considering it, but Punishment always works out for me better. Next, we play 3 Weiss. This is a Light Fiend. She could put a Lightsworn from your hand on top of the deck to summon herself, and then you mill 2. So, if you have a Lightsworn that says if this card is sent from deck to grave, special it. That gives you more value, and you can immediately go into like a rank 4, a link 2, or a synchro 8. Which is always good. And here's your targets for those. Wolf, Lightsworn Beast, 2 of them, and 2 Felice Lightsworn Archer. They both do similar things. If Wolf is sent from deck to grave in any way, he specials himself. And if Felice is sent to the graveyard by a monster effect, she specials herself. Difference is, that's literally all Wolf does. And it can't be normal summoned or set. It's just a brick. But if you mill it, it's a free body. And then Felice, she's a tuner, but she has the same stipulation. You can't normal summon or set her for some reason. She came out in 2015. The same exact set that we got like Shadalls and stuff in, but again, she can't summon herself. Well, she can, but you can't normal summon her. Also, she could tribute herself to pop something, pop a monster, and then mill 3. And then last, we just have Raiden. It's just an extra name. If you don't have a normal summon for that turn, you could just summon him, and then his effect mills 2 during your main phase. And during your end phase, he mills 2. So it's 4 in 1 turn. But you're probably going to be using him as material, so don't worry about that end phase thing. It's really slow. And then 3 charges of the Light Brigade. You mill 3 cards from the top of your deck. Yeah, milling, by the way, is sending cards from the top of your deck to the grave. So you're milling 3, you're sending 3 from the top. Non-once per turn, mill 3 for cost. Add a Lightsworn. Level 4 or lower, because being able to add, I don't know, Celestia would be too broken, or Gorgonith. Wow, Gorgonith's right here, and Celestia's wow. Okay, but yeah, that's all for our Lightsworn engine. In 60, by the way. The reason being, a lot of Lightsworn cards are outdated and suck. Really bad. Okay, next engine. ROLAD. Ritual of Light and Darkness. Okay, yeah, so we're playing 1 of each ritual. We're playing 3 Black Chaos. 2 Skull Archfiend of Chaos. 3 Griffo. 3 Ragged Record of Rites. 2 Light and Darkness Ritual. And 1 Mind Shuffle. I'm thinking of bumping this up. You probably already know what ROLAD does. It's just like, it's kind of like a resource engine, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a resource engine, like 1 card combo that gets you to like 2 rituals that are basically towers, and they also give you other benefits. Like this can recycle a spell, and this can banish a guy, and he can also attack multiple times and gain a lot of attack. So they're very hard to get rid of. The whole thing though is centered around this thing, Mind Shuffle. You want to be able to either open Black Chaos or Griffo, and in 60, you're not likely to open this, but it's still possible, which is why I'm thinking of running 2. Um, if you don't open this or this, you need to manually set this, which is terrible. It's awful. You don't want to do that. You don't want to open this ever. So if you want to play 2, you can. Some people say playing 2 isn't correct, but if you open this, your engine is literally dead. Enough said. Also, this can recycle anything. During your main phase, once per turn, you can add this and another card that mentions Ritual of Light and Darkness from your grave to your hand. This doesn't mention it, but this does stuff with rituals. You reveal a ritual spell, and then you add a monster that mentions that ritual spell. So you can add like Griffo, or I don't think Black Cast mentions it, but you can add like Griffo, Black thing, and then yeah. And then this guy, when he's milled, or if he's sent to the graveyard in any way, you can add a card that no, you send Ritual of Light and Darkness from your deck to the grave, or Light and Darkness ritual, and then you search a ritual. One of these. And then all this does, quick effect, you can discard this, and then you can set a Ritual of Light and Darkness or a spell or trap that mentions it from your deck. So you'd probably go Mind Shuffle, and you can use it that turn. So turn 0, when your opponent's going first, let's say you have Griffo in your hand. You could just go Griffo effect, set Mind Shuffle, Resolution, activate it, still during the draw phase. And then you can immediately just use it. And then you search a card that mentions Ritual Light and Darkness, and then you discard a card. So usually what I'd do, I'd use Griffo, set Mind Shuffle, activate it, search this, send it to grave immediately, and then his effect would trigger. I'd send the Ritual of Light and Darkness, and then I'd search one of the 2 rituals. Also, this helps you get to level 8s on board. This helps you get to level 8s on board, so you can like do Xyz rank 8 plays or like Link plays, more bodies. Also, if this is in your grave, you can target 3 cards in your graveyard and or banishment, including a card that mentions Light and Darkness ritual. And you just shuffle them into the deck, and then you special summon this guy. So if you summon, let's say, a level 4 Lightsworn, you can just make Chaos Angel with both of its effects. Very cool. But yeah, very much thinking of bumping this up to 2. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the ROLAD package. Wow. Also, I don't really have any combos with this deck. I don't really bother to like learn if there's any like combos intricately. I kind of just go off of what I open, and that works out for me most of the time. So I'm not saying I'm a great pilot, but I think it works out for me. All right, next Fiendsmith. The Fiendsmith. You probably already know what this does. This was very popular like a few formats ago. Very popular. Yeah, so I play 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Luri, 1 Tract. That's it. You may be thinking, why are you only playing like 1 Tract when you're playing 60? What if you don't open it? Good question. You just don't open it. I'm playing 2 copies of Thrust in this deck, and if I really need it for some reason and not something else, I can just search it. Also, Engraver searches it by discarding himself. Easy. And it works really well with like Weiss, Lightsworn, Archon, because you have another Light Fiend in rotation that you're using. So you can just also go into like your Fiendsmith package with that. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I'm not gonna really go into all the old stuff, because if you know, you know. I will mention Lightsworn in the new stuff, because that's what this deck's based on. Also, Ritual of Light and Darkness is new. Alright, next, the Horus package. We play 3 Imseti, 1 Hoppy, and 1 King Sark. Actually, another reason I'm only playing Tract and 1 of this, they're kind of easy to get to if you really need them, and if you mill them, which you probably will, because you're milling a lot, you can add them back with, like, the Demok, or the... what's his face? Ritual Demok. This guy right here. You can add any spell. Any. So if you happen to mill an important piece that you just so happen to need, you can just add it back. And if they snipe it, oh well, you're probably losing that game anyway. So yeah, this is literally just a package to make like rank 8s get more bodies on the board, and then if you really want to, you can bridge into like Dark Magician of Destruction with, because all you need to do is use a spell, and then you need a level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster, and then you just banish it, and there you go. Yeah. Next we play a Bystial package, because there's not enough packages apparently. We play 3 Lubellion. You discard it to search a Bystial. And we play 1 Magnamut and 1 Druis Worm. So like if we're going for if my opponent's going first and they put a light or dark in the grave, I can go Magnamut, summon it, and then during the end phase I can search like Lightsworn Dragonling or something. Or I can search like Druis Worm or Lubellion to get to Druis Worm. Bodies. It's literally just bodies. And then if I really want to proc Druis Worm immediately, I can go Lubellion, search Druis Worm, and then if I have another light or dark engrave, I can go Druis Worm, Lubellion, tribute Druis Worm, summon himself, place branded regained, graveyard control, consistency, draw. I wouldn't say consistency actually, just draw power and kind of graveyard and banishment control in case my opponent really needs something to stay there. And then we play the one Gaze of Timaeus to search off of Demok. Our only ways to make or Demod, Dark Magician of Destruction. Our only ways to go into Demod are is either Horus or Demok, or I guess we could also use Black Chaos. Boom. And then for the last thing, I guess, or I guess we can go into non-engine. I guess this is all classified as non-engine. This is a 60 card deck. We're playing Snow. She's really good. Banish 7 cards from basically anywhere to summon herself as a quick effect, and then on summon she Book of Moon something. Insane Disruption. Basically, if you have enough cards in grave, she's also infinite link fodder. She is busted. She's fresh. Okay, and then next are our hand traps. 3 Fua, 2 Perulia, 3 Ash. If you're familiar with like decks that like to mill, I've heard a general consensus is that hand traps aren't good to run because they're not good to mill. But my thought process is, and what another one of my friends basically recommended is, what if you draw them though? And I'm like, this could actually help me break my opponent's boards, because the idea of my deck is like all gas, no breaks. So I'm just gonna keep playing stuff until they either run out of disruptions or if I run out of things to use. So the Mole Charmies specifically, they can end my opponent's turn and give me more things to push with. And then Ash is kind of to answer Mole Charmies because I summon a lot. A lot. And then for our last non-engine, 2 Thrust to search anything, and then Grass because this is 60 cards. I think in a situation where it's like the beginning of a turn and my opponent still has interruptions, I don't think I'd search Grass that often because they just wait for it. But if I open it, it's way different. If I open it, it's crazy. So what Grass does, that Grass Looks Greener does, if you're not familiar, if you have more cards in your deck than your opponent, you send cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard so that it's equal to your opponent's. And you're playing 60. So if let's say you go first and you open 5, you have 55 cards in deck. You'd be milling at least 15. Wait, actually no, because they'd have 35. Wait, that's even better. Yeah. They'd be at 35, and then you can just go that, and then you'd be 20 above them. So you'd mill 20. Which, if that resolves, you're already basically in a winning position. But yeah, that's all for the main deck. Okay, now for the extra. I know I put Minerva at the front, but that was kind of a false sense of security to make you think this was a normal deck list. Ha, you've been baited. Well, you already know you've been baited because it's not just Lightsworn. I'll probably put that in the title, I don't know. Okay, so this is our extra deck. We're playing a package of 1 Zena, Firewall, Charmer Quartet, Protect Code Talker, SP Little Knight, Fiendsmith Sequence, and Fiendsmith's Requiem for the Links. This is kind of like I don't know what to call this engine. These are just good for Fiendsmith. This is just a generically good card, and this is kind of an engine like you can make this guy, and then you use him to make Firewall, right? And then you banish links from your grave who equal 3, so you can like go SP Requiem or like Requiem Sequence if you want down the Fiendsmith line. And then you summon him back to the field. He points under a firewall, and the firewall could add something from your grave to your hand that you maybe need. Maybe even like an ash, so you have another one for later. Or like something really strong that you can like push with. And then you could also go into Zena. On summon, you could send any card for any monster from your deck to the grave, I think. Is it? Is it any monster? Yeah, any monster. From your deck to the grave. That's insane. So, I do have a side deck for this. And then Charmer Quartet in full bloom is kind of like the full package deal. Like, you send something, and then you can revive 2 things with either the same type or attribute. And they can't be used as material for anything the next turn. So, hypothetically, what you can do, you can get like Dragoon. Like, if you get Dragoon on board with the D-mod package and like something else, like another spellcaster, and you link them off or something, or like I guess this, you can revive both of them and your opponent can't super poly them because they can't be used as fusion material. Insane. Yeah, so that's that. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And then next for D-mod, I guess for the fusions. 1 Dragoon, 1 D-mod, and 1 Lacrima. We're not playing a heavy Fiendsmith package. This is kind of just to go into like the rank 6 or like get more bodies on the board so you can make guys. And yeah. That's that. Okay, cool. Cool. Tune. And then for the Xyzes, we play Xyzes. For the Xyz monsters, 1 zombie vampire. It takes 2 level 4s and it mills 4 on summon. That's basically all you need to care about. And then if you somehow get a monster your opponent controls, I don't think there's a way to do that in this deck. You can use it as a level 8 to summon this thing. Cool. And then 1 Wave King Caesar. This is what you make with the Fiendsmith package if you don't want just link material. And you can negate effects that summon. Effects that special summon. Insane. So like if your opponent has like an Abruru in hand, you could just give them the middle finger. Yeah. And then 1 Dugaris. This is Dugaris. I'm thinking of swapping him for Exoton Knight so I can bridge into the Fiendsmith line even easier. But Dugaris kind of still works, so it's like you can kind of swap between... Actually, you can swap between a lot of things for like the Xyz. You can go like Xyz Minerva, like Minerva the Exalted Lightsworn. You can go Dugaris, or you can go Exoton Knight. And then for the 6, you can go like Caesar, or you can go like Pilgrim Reaper, because Pilgrim Reaper can mill more cards. And then for the 8s, you can go like Zombie Vampire, Titanic Galaxy, number 80, Photon Lord. I think it's 80, 82. I don't remember. But yeah, there's a lot of options for Xyz. This deck loves Xyz, especially the rank 4s and 8s. And then for the synchros, we play 1 Chaos Angel, 1 Minerva. Yeah, Chaos Angel towers. If you make it with a light and a dark, you get both effects. You can't be destroyed by battle, and your synchros are unaffected by monster effects. And then Minerva on summon, on synchro summon, you can send Lightsworn monsters from your deck to the grave with different types up to the number of Lightsworn monsters you used. I think I'm pretty sure they have to be... Well, they would be different names because there's no Lightsworns that can treat themselves as a non-tuner. But yeah, you would send 2 with different types. So like you can go like Weiss and then like, I don't know, Raiden or Dragonling if you really need to get Dragonling on the field for whatever reason. You can go like Weiss, Dragonling, and then Weiss will trigger. You go like Dragonling, Chainlink 1, Weiss, Chainlink 2. Weiss targeting the Dragonling. Dragonling gets summoned, and then Dragonling, Chainlink 1. You'd search Punishment Dragon, and then Dragonling on a new chain can send a Lightsworn from deck to grave. Boom. And then you just have a 4 on the field to go with Minerva. And then she can also banish up to 4 Lightsworns from your grave to mill that same number of cards. So that's how you set up Punishment Dragon, like, immediately. You use Dragonling to go into her, you search the punishment, and then you use her to banish and get the punishment on the field. I didn't mention this before, but in order to summon Punishment Dragon, you need to have 4 banished Lightsworns with different names. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. Oh wait, I'll show you my side. We're not ending it just yet. You got baited. Baited. All right, so here's the hypothetical side deck. Well, this isn't 15 cards, but this is like kind of the things I'm envisioning. So you can go like Spell Canceller. You go like Spell Canceller, you send it off of Zena, and then Zena is a machine. So if you can get Zena engraved, you can go Charmer Quartet, target her and Zena, summon both, and then you just have a spell negate. And then there's also the third Perulia. You can do Medora and Keldo for graveyard control. Droll, because Droll's just that good. Lightning Storm, Raigeki. I don't own Illusion Gate. Triple Tact, Feather Duster. 3 Evenly, 3 Warning. 1 Judgment. Boom. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I'm going to do that thing where I put the related card at the top so that you know what it is if you scroll to the end of the video. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces, bye, shoots, all that good stuff.